Hi everyone, welcome to our channel CodeChef. If you are interested in competitive programming and want to learn and master data structures and algorithms, then this is a one-stop destination for you. Every week we'll post CodeChef problem explanations, conceptual videos on various programming paradigms, and also conduct live problem solving sessions. But before we actually get started, here's a reminder to hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet already. Great, now that you have subscribed, let's get started. Today we'll be solving the problem Chef and GCD, which is a cakewalk problem and belongs to the July Cook-Off. Now the problem statement says that we'll be given with two positive integers, x and y, and you have to find the GCD of these two integers, x and y. And it is given that this GCD of x and y should be greater than 1. This is what you need. Now, if it is not greater than 1, then in that case you can perform some operations on x and y such that your GCD comes out to be greater than 1. Now, those operations that you can perform are you can choose either x or y in a single operation and increment it by 1. So, the operation that you can perform is that you can either do x equals to x plus 1 or you can do y equals to y plus 1. This is the kind of operation that you can perform. Now you have to find out the minimum number of operations that are required such that the GCD of x comma y becomes greater than 1. How can you find out the minimum number of operations? Meaning you have to increment this either x or either y. So how many times you will have to increment any of these values in order to make your GCD greater than 1. Now, if we look at the larger picture of what the values of x and y can be, so it can be characterized into these four kinds of values. Your x and y can either be both even, it can be one even or one odd number, or it can be both odd numbers. Now, for the first one, that is if your x and y are both even numbers, then in that case, you can say that if we have both even numbers, then our GCD will at least be equals to 2. It means our GCD will be greater than or equal to 2. I mean, it can never be wrong. So, two even numbers will always be at least divisible by 2. So, that is why if you have both the even numbers, in that case, the number of operations you'll have to perform will be 0. Because you don't need to increment x or y here for your GCD to be greater than 1. So what is the condition that we are checking here? We are checking the condition that GCD of x and y should be greater than 1. Now when we have one even and one odd number, and assuming that this even and odd number does not have a GCD greater than 1. So assume this that when we have x as even and y as odd, or x as odd and y as even, then in that case these numbers are such that the GCD is not coming out to be greater than 1. In that case, what you have to do such that you can minimize the number of operations? You already know that if you have two even numbers, then in that case you will always get GCD greater than equal to 2, which is greater than 1. So what you can do, you can just add 1 to the odd number which is there with you, and when you do this operation, when you perform this single operation on the odd number that you have, then you can always get your GCD greater than 1. Here also ideally I should have written greater than 1. So this goes with the other categories also. So here if you have one even and one odd number, what you can do, you can perform one operation to increment the odd number. If you increment any odd number, then it will become an even number. Now for two even numbers, you can again have GCD greater than 1. So the number of operations that will be required will be 1 in case you have one even and one odd number. Now the last category is if you have both odd numbers. Now in case you have both odd numbers, and assuming that those two odd numbers that you have are not divisible by each other and they do not have a GCD greater than 1. Assuming that, now here what you can do such that you can get minimum number of operations and make GCD greater than 1. Here simply what you can do is select one odd number, increment it by 1, make it an even number, then select the other odd number, increment it by 1 and make it an even number. Now when you have two even numbers, then your GCD will be greater than 1. You can ensure that. And the number of operations you will need is 2. So guys, what have we derived after seeing all of this? That first time when we check that is GCD of x and y greater than 1, if yes, then the number of operations will be 0. Now the next step in our solution will be to increment either x by 1 in the first go, and in the second go we can increment y by 1 and keep x as it is. And for both of these conditions we will check if the GCD is coming out to be greater than 1. So for those two checks, the category will be this one, that we have one even one odd number or one odd one even number. So now in that case the answer will always be single operation, always. And if both of these conditions have become false and the GCD has still not become greater than 1, then we can say that always the answer to our question will be 2, because the number of operations that will be required to make the GCD greater than 1, if the above two cases fail, if this case also fails and this case also fails, then it will always be 2, because it will be the case of having both odd numbers. And in case we have both odd numbers, then we can increment both the odd numbers by 1 each at a time and make it even and make our GCD greater than 1. So the minimum number of operations we will require will be 2. Now the answer to the minimum number of operations required can never exceed 2, because our numbers can be either even or odd. They cannot have any other value. So guys, this was a very simple solution to our problem. Now you can also see some examples, like for example here we have 4 and 10. Now these two are even numbers, so the number of operations we require is 0, because the GCD of 4 and 10 will be 2. Now for 7 and 27, these two are the numbers which have GCD equals to 1. So what you can do, you can increment 27 by 1, make it 28. Now 7 and 28 has a GCD of 7. So the number of operations we required were 1. So here 1 is our answer. Now in the last step, what we have 7 and 19. So here we will have to increment both of these values by 1, because both of them are odd and they do not have any common divisor. So that's why we will increment both of them, make it 8 and make it 20. And now we have the GCD as 4. So here we require the minimum number of operations as 2. So guys, this is how we are going to solve this problem, and how we will do it in the code means how we will write the conditions that you will be seeing in the code. So stay tuned to the video. Now as we come to the input, output and constraints, here we have the first line of input as the number of test cases. Then for each test case we have a single line of input, that is x and y. And for output, we will print a single line of integer which will tell us the minimum number of operations that the chef had to perform to make the GCD greater than 1. The constraints are x and y is up to 10 to the power 9 and the number of test cases are 10 to the power 5. So here our major operation will be of GCD, and the time complexity that this GCD function uses is log of minimum of x comma y. Now how this time complexity is acquired, that you can check in the link that I'll provide in the description box below. So if you want to understand exactly how this time complexity is derived for the GCD function, you can go to that link and study about it. Now we will see the code. So the code is a very simple one. It is in C++. So first we will take input for the number of test cases. After that we will take input for x and y for each of the test case. Then what we have done, the first if condition says that if your GCD of x and y is already greater than 1. And here we are using this GCD function, which is a predefined function present in the C++ library. So we are using this function here. And it says that if the GCDs of x and y is already greater than 1, then we don't need to perform any operations and we can directly print our answer as 0. Otherwise, in the second condition, what we are checking for either even odd or odd even. So here we are checking if x plus 1 comma y, means we are incrementing x first and keeping y as it is. Then in the second, in the OR condition, we are keeping x as it is and incrementing y by 1. So for both of these expressions, we are checking if they are coming out to be greater than 1. In that case, we will print the answer as 1. That means we require just one operation to get our GCD greater than 1. Else, if both of these conditions tend to be false, in that case, we will come to our last category, that is assuming that both the numbers are odd. So they both have to be incremented by 1 each. That is like the example we used, like 7 and 19. So they both had to be incremented by 1 in order to get the GCD greater than 1. So that's why the last category of answer will be 2. So here we are just directly printing 2 because our answer can never be greater than 2. The number of operations that are required to make the GCD greater than 1 can never exceed 2. So guys, this is the very simple code that we are doing. Now you can, if you have understood the problem, then please do like the video, and if you haven't understood anything, then you can put a comment in the comment section and we can discuss about it. You can also tell other approaches that you have so that the community can benefit out of it. And do keep practicing, because this is competitive programming, and if you stop practicing, then definitely you will never get better at it.